Oh, that pork is delicious, Angela. Sweet mercy me, that's nice. Sandwich is a tortoise. He's Croatian, apparently, but you can't really tell in the accent. How was the food in Peru?
We did eat guinea pig.
Oh, it's
they
delicious.
love.
I love it.
Yeah,
Is it?
they do. But it's... Favourite way to eat eggs?
In bed.
In bed. I do like whiskey, actually.
Oh, it's lovely.
I really wish I liked it, but I don't.
You feel like you're having cake when you have a bao bun. So succulently moist. Let's just see what happens.
Let's just see.
Let's go to Waitrose.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Dish from Waitrose. I'm Nick Grimshaw.
And I'm Angela Hartnett.
And we are here for another episode of Dish.
Series 7. Here we
hungry?
go. Yes, actually, I'm quite looking forward to this.
Okay, good. Chris O'Dowd is going to be joining us on Dish today, who I've met in passing. Very
Can I
fun.
just clarify?
What?
I'm quite looking forward to eating. That's what I meant. I'm really looking forward to seeing Chris O'Dowd. Otherwise, it sounded like I was barely.
I got that. Yeah,
Just
no.
like to clarify.
No.
Oh, it seems very casual, Chris.
Kind
whatever.
of. Take him or leave him. No, we're a bit peckish, but starving for Chris O'Dowd.
Yeah, starving.
essentially. Genuinely, last night when I was in bed.
Okay.
I was thinking about the Angela Hartnett legacy.
Oh, God.
I was just thinking back and I was like,
Yeah.
I know you're about to open a new restaurant.
Yeah.
So now you're probably into the groove of it. I wondered if you could do Jackanory time and take us back to when you opened your very first restaurant and how it was. Was it fun? Was it hellish? Was it nerve-wracking?
It was all those things and more.
And how did it happen?
The first restaurant I ever opened as a head chef in my own right, to a degree, was still with Gordon. He was the backer and it was with him, but it was the Connaught Hotel.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a restaurant round the corner. It was this
With a
huge
legacy,
reputation, big legacy, one of the best hotels in the country. And, and then Gordon's coming in with this girl that no one had heard of to open this restaurant. And it was amazing, but also horrible.
It's such an art form in managing.
Yeah.
Getting even like the tables.
Yeah.
Getting all the tables like in and out, the timings. Like you can come and sit there and then actually they want to add 2 more people. Like the maths of that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about all your logistics. Like what if we all want the tomato pasta?
Yeah.
You don't want to run out.
Generally,
Like-
you rely on the fact humans are not all the same, and human nature, everyone wants something different. Yeah, and you judge it, but you do run out.
It's a lot of
things.
juggling is what
It's a
I was
lot of
thinking.
juggling and a lot of risk, and that's when you're an orchestra. You come together as a team. Because in that instance, if you go into service saying, actually, I've only got 15 chicken, you rely on your waiters and your manager to sell other dishes so you don't run out of your chicken. So it's all communication.
What do you suggest? Not the chicken. Right, let's welcome Chris O'Dowd.
Hello.
Hi, Chris O'Dowd. Welcome.
Hey, Chris, lovely to see you. Lovely
to see you.
How are you?
How are you?
Welcome.
Lovely.
Come in, you're going to go
sit
over here.
down.
Okie dokie.
Are you hungry?
I am. I'm starving, actually.
Okay, that's good.
Marvellous.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do the breakfast thing, so I'm in the right place.
Even with kids, you forgot to do that.
They had theirs. I'm solo parenting at the moment, so I was getting them out and then thought I'd come back and do that. And then I walked the dogs and then I forgot.
And then you forgot. On the show today, we say, move aside, Paul Mescal. We say, forget it, Barry. Take a hike, Colin Farrell, because we have Ireland's hottest acting property in the building. Prepared to be wild. It's Chris O'Dowd. Hi, Chris O'Dowd.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Those people.
Yeah, them. Barry and Colin.
Who?
Chris O'Dowd here.
We've got a main
welcome.
man.
We're very excited you're on.
Do you know what? I'm delighted to
Yes.
be here. I'm starving.
Yep.
Good.
And I'm here for chat. I have a hunger on me to
Perfect.
communicate.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we're beginning with a crisp. We heard it a fantastic crisp. Claire, our wonderful producer, an Irish lady, very excited that these crisps are now available in the English aisle of Waitrose.
The English Isle of Waitrose.
We're
yeah.
a Keogh crisp.
Or how do you pronounce it?
I would say a Keogh. And I am
Keogh.
equally delighted that they're here because they're a delicious crisp.
Delicious crisp, yeah. I mean, we famously do love a tato on this podcast.
I like a potato too.
But I mean, That is good. That feels a
I
bit
think
of a
that's
posh
slightly
potato.
better than a tato. That's a crisp that you'd put between chicken and mayonnaise, a little bit of lettuce and a crisp.
Oh, why don't we just
Hold
have
a bit
that
of
today?
structure.
Forget the bowel balance. I've got a bit of chicken out of the bowel. Let's
what's
make a
this?
chicken
And
sandwich.
we're having a whiskey. Whiskey
lovely.
on ice, which we've heard is your fave, so that's what we're going for.
Cheers.
I'd
Thank
say
you.
it's my
Cheers.
least fave,
Sláinte.
but I'm
Sláinte.
joining in.
Sláinte,
Cheers.
lads.
Cheers, here we go.
Yeah.
Sweet rum.
That is very nice, actually.
I really wish I liked it. But I don't.
Yeah, I do like whiskey,
Oh,
actually.
it's lovely.
And the Japanese have really started making amazing whiskey.
They have been for a
that's
while now.
very
The
good.
Japanese essentially just stole the way that the Scots were doing it because they have the same climate.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
And what's the way? What? How do they do it? Stick it in a barrel?
Well, for like compared to Irish whiskey, it's double distilled rather than triple distilled.
Okay.
So it's got a bit of a rougher flavour. The distillation process takes out some of the flavour.
Yeah.
So it's a bit more like that.
I feel like it's a risky early drink in the
Yeah.
day.
At 12
See how
o'clock
this
today.
goes at 12 o'clock. Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
let's just
have
see.
fun. We've got Chris, we've got
Let's
whiskey,
just
we've got
see.
Chris, we've got...
Let's go to Waitrose.
We want to go through your food likes and dislikes before we get into this.
Okey-doke.
We heard, Chris O'Dowd,
Yeah.
that you love potatoes, chilies, pork, eggs, and you ended that sentence with lots of options in lots of countries.
I was looking at this thing earlier on. I think that the answers that you got were for something else.
The question was something different.
But that it still maintains its truth. I mean, those are all true.
All
but
true.
I think the question I've been asked was, what ingredients do you like and why?
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so I love Mexican food. We lived in Southern California for a long time, so
Sure.
I ate a lot of tacos and love all of that marinated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice of
And
spice.
so I think that's what I was talking about with the pork. I love a sausage.
Love.
Yeah, okay.
And you dislike, it says here, fish and aubergine.
Yeah, not wild on them.
No, not well.
No, just never have been, which I regret.
Yeah.
An aubergine's one of those foods, I don't know if it has an umbrella term, where if you had it on its
Emoji.
own, disgusting.
Yeah.
And it needs like a lot of stuff done to it. And then people are like, I love
Yeah.
aubergine. It's
Yeah.
like, I
That's
could
right.
eat cardboard if you put like a miso
Yes.
glaze on it.
Yeah. I think you're right, actually. It needs friends, aubergine.
It needs
Yeah.
friends.
It's not a
yeah.
solo person.
No.
It's not
When it is really good, it is really good though.
Yeah.
When you get that really smoked thing, particularly in like
Yeah.
kind of Persian-y food, you
Yeah,
find it-
yeah.
Now, you've kept it quite brief here, straight to the point.
Yeah.
Now, your wonderful wife, Dawn, joined us. Hers was like an essay, essentially. It could have been turned into not that of a short film.
Yes.
Couldn't it? It was
Yeah.
like a real
It was
body
big.
of work.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was like Homer's Odyssey.
That's right.
Something like
Is
that.
that your to-do list at home then, is it? You see now?
Very much.
This is just a bit of what Dawn wrote for us, not true. That's not even all of it. We were like, it's just a podcast, Dawn.
It's only one dish we're making.
So Dawn said, I love fish, obsessed in capitals with garlic and anything with capers. So she loves fish.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
like fish.
Right.
Yeah. Would you have fish at home if Dawn
Yeah.
was like, I've made a fish?
I will from time to
Yes.
time. I'm not crazy against it, but
No.
but more often than not, what she'll do is when we eat out, she eats a lot of fish.
Right, okay.
And then we have a lot of kind of stewy things at home,
Yeah.
especially this time of year.
And she
Yeah,
likes to
nice.
cook for a lot of people, she was telling us.
She's a fantastic cook.
Yes.
Yeah.
And particularly with a group.
Yeah.
Loves like the kind of, I think the performance art of it all.
Sure.
But when we were living in California, it was mostly outside, that kind of thing as well. So there's a Barbie
Barbecue,
going over
yeah.
there and then she's bringing out these pots of stuff. And I do love that kind of entertaining. of,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they have that tradition over there as well where they bring a bowl of something.
Yeah.
And what is it? Potluck, I think.
Yeah.
And so I like that kind
Yeah.
of eating experience.
Yeah.
Did you like doing that before you were with Dawn? Were you someone that liked to host and have dinner parties and invite
Yeah,
people around?
and I think we grew up in that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm the youngest of 5, so it was
Yeah.
a big family, and then everybody would come with their friends. So I think you kind of get used to being. And Dawn's grew up very similarly as well.
Yeah.
Her parents were big hosters.
Right.
Particularly when we were living in California and we had a house and we were a bit more stable than all of the transients coming through town for the odd month.
sure.
We would always have people over.
Yeah,
and
of course.
The house would kind of expand and contract. And I have people come up to me all the time and be like, your house is the first I lived in And they would like every now and again we'd go away on a job and we'd give the keys to somebody, and then whoever lives there, I suppose, just live there. Yeah, people have babies' first steps and all.
Oh wow!
But that was a big part of the experience, was Dawn's cooking for everybody around that time, which is lovely.
I feel like we interviewed Chris and Dawn at the wrong time.
Maybe
They're doing their LA years and then be like, what's happening there in September for a couple of weeks?
Exactly.
Get out there. Yeah. Dawn also carried on to say, couldn't give a about sugar. If you serve me dessert, I'll pretend to enjoy it, but it will make my teeth furry and I will want it out of my mouth. Love a cup of tea and drinks a whole French press of coffee every morning with oat milk. I mean, we could really go on, but this is your episode, not Dawn's. Do you make anything for Dawn that she particularly loves, where she's like, oh, please make me the thing, the dowd spesh?
Yeah. No, she doesn't. I don't think she likes other people cooking around her at all.
Right.
So I will offer all the time. And particularly in the early days, I would make a lot of veggie curries, a lot of chickpea and lentil curries and things like that. And then I think she insisted that we get this silk rope. Because we were hosting so much and it would wreck her head that anybody would touch the food.
Oh, yes.
And so she wanted like a thing that you would see outside a nightclub.
Yeah.
And so I got her one for Christmas and stuck it up. But no, mostly bringing her coffee and toast and things like that. But other than that, very little cooking.
She did describe that as her best present ever.
She said it was the best present she's ever got. But there is nothing worse, I think, when you are making something.
I'm with her.
I was cooking on Christmas Eve for all my family, and Mish, my boyfriend, was up at my mum's, and I was making something. He said, "What is this?" And I was making the pasta that you made for Lashana Lynch.
Yeah.
So it was like a sauce that was just anchovies and broccoli. And he was like all busy and like being like, it's a bit of a rogue meal. But like not helping, just like, get out, I need the thing.
No, I'm absolutely with Dawn. I don't like people coming in and interrupting.
In a relationship, it's like it's the place for a row.
Yeah.
So I always will cook
and
driving,
clean.
I think. And like just and driving, just do them separate. I don't
when
know
we would do the communal cooking in California, at least I was outside on the barbecue.
Yeah, you can be. Yeah.
So you've got the space of a wall between yourselves.
Just in case.
Walls make good marriages.
We heard about Sandwich.
Great
we have
name, by the way.
a Sandwich update and some context for those who've not met Sandwich yet.
Sandwich is a tortoise. I think he's around 7. We got him around a year and a half ago. But he's Croatian, apparently, but you can't really tell in the accent. And very charming.
Yeah, I love him.
So we, with the 7-year-old and myself, fed him this morning. He kind of...
Is he up? I thought he'd be asleep.
I thought he'd be asleep, Nick, quite honestly, but it turned out he got pneumonia.
Oh!
He got pneumonia.
How else did she tell if he had pneumonia?
These are all great questions, Angela.
This has now become a whole new podcast.
So Dawn was like, Sandwich doesn't look well. And I'm like, it's a sausage in a shoe, basically. How does it look unwell?
As you know,
And his wee looks different. Then what? Like, what's the frame of reference?
Yeah.
So anyway, we brought him to the vet, and the vet was like, I don't know anything about tortoises. So they sent us to a tortoise expert. And turned out that he had pneumonia. So we have to keep him up this winter in the basement, basically. And so the 7-year-old goes down and gives them, what is it? Watercress or something like that. It's not actually watercress. What is the stuff? But something very similar.
Yeah, okay.
And
Rocket, yeah.
It's not rocket. No. It's more like a leafier...
Lamb's lettuce.
Lamb's lettuce.
Lamb's lettuce.
Is exactly what it was.
Do you know who loves lamb's lettuce?
Tortoises.
Tom Holland. Tom Holland came in here and we said, what do you miss about British food? And he said,
lamb's lettuce.
Lamb's lettuce.
Wow.
Import it, Tom.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. So he has a lamb's lettuce of a morning.
And we'll give him some water and whatnot, and then he has a stomp around, and then we'll put him back in his hatch, and he'll have a little snooze, and then we'll get him up.
Oh my God, just like Tom Holland. And what do the other, because you have dogs, or dogs?
That's right, 2 dogs.
2 dogs. And do they...
2 dogs, 2 cats, and a tortoise.
Oh my God.
And do they all leave the tortoise alone? Because I'm desperate for a tortoise. But Mishi's like, the dogs will terrorize
Eat it.
it.
No, they don't.
No?
No, because they kind of go and sniff around it. And then they'll kind of, it's really well protected.
Yeah.
And then when if they get too close, it'll nip at them.
Yeah.
And then they won't go near it again.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really want one.
Yeah.
You know,
I
they're-
think
Get me
yeah,
one
they're
just
nice.
so that-
it's a present.
There's
just
no
say, yeah.
choice.
All
Check
right,
the personality, though.
Mm.
I'm only joking.
Yeah. Let's talk about the stuff that you loved when you were younger, when you were growing up with the family of 5. What were your
Yeah, that's true.
favourites? What did you grow up eating, Chris?
Lots of lovely stews. Lots of lovely, like, rhubarb crumbles. My granddad had rhubarb. So we would have, for that 2 months, it was rhubarb central.
Is that-
Yeah.
Then loads of roasts and things like that. I can't remember it being a particularly foodie house.
Right.
Yeah.
But there would have been a lot of communal eating.
Yeah.
Lots of cousins and all that kind of crack. And then came to London, I suppose, and started really enjoying all the different exotic kind of foods that you would stumble across walking around. I was staying in a bedsit somewhere in Tooting, I think, when I came over first. And it was kind of great Asian food out that way.
Did you ever have not exotic, just not,
Not
British
British
food or not Irish stews?
The
when
only
you were
thing we got into as teenagers was curries.
Right.
Because
Oh,
we
yeah.
grew up just outside London. So they were starting to you'd have local Chinese and curries and stuff like that. And even now I haven't eaten. Like, there's loads of sort of countries I'd still love to investigate, like Uruguay and South America. I'd love to do a tour of there.
Because you went to Peru, didn't you?
I went to Peru,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
How was the food in Peru?
Very meaty. We did eat guinea pig, because that is one of the things
Oh, it's
they
delicious.
love.
I love it.
Yeah,
Is it?
They do. But it's... No, it's not.
Is it not?
No.
why
It doesn't.
No.
No,
Sinewy.
it can't
Sinewy
hold a
small.
candle to hamster.
Chris, help us have some salad.
Thank you very
please.
much.
And Ange, tell us what we are having
So we
today.
have sticky pulled pork.
Yes.
We're served with bao buns, and it's a Martha Collison recipe. We love Martha.
Delicious. So we're having this with a salad, like
Yeah.
a shredded...
Yeah, just like shredded pickled salad. So we've got radishes, carrot, cucumber in there, and you've got some mirin, rice wine vinegar,
Delicious.
a little bit of sugar. So I've actually added some jalapeno pepper,
Oh, yum.
touch of little coriander there to mix it all up. So help
salad
yourselves. Yeah, sure. Perfect.
come on,
Thank
you
you.
made it.
Oh, that pork is delicious, Angela.
Thank you. Good.
Sweet mercy me, that's nice.
Thank you. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then you get a
lovely.
little bit of kick of spice off it after. Oh.
So talk us through, how did you create this sticky pulled pork, please, Ange?
So the night before, you've got cayenne pepper, cinnamon, and paprika. Mix that with salt. So you form this rub. And then you put the rub in brown sugar. And then you basically rub all the meat with this sort of dry rub and leave it overnight to sort of marinate and absorb the flavours into the pork. Then the next day you add some chilli.
In the fridge?
In the fridge. Then the next day you add some onion, some garlic, a bit of ginger, and then you pour, the secret is pineapple juice. So you're basically braising it in pineapple juice. Look at everyone going, Well, that's my biggest nightmare, pineapple on a pizza. Wrong on every level. Sorry.
I love pineapple as an ingredient.
Chris-
With spicy food, pineapple on a taco.
Taco, I could go with pizza. It's just, I just can't get my head around it. Anyway, so pineapple juice in there, and you basically slow cook it for about 3 to 4 hours until you can pull it apart.
And then so you do that quite low?
Yeah, low, about 140. And if you want to speed it up slightly, you can take it up to 160. And then you pull it apart and then reduce the sauce, mix it with the sauce. And then we've served it with bao buns. You could do it in a nice, like, crusty white roll, do a lovely little kimchi with it, pickled onions,
It's
etc.
lovely with the bao bun, though.
It works on
Yeah, I love a
bao
bao bun.
buns.
I really,
Yeah.
really do, yeah. And why does the pineapple work? Like, why does it work so well with
I think it's because
pork?
it's got that sweet stickiness to it. And, whatever, disregard my opinion, pork works with pineapple. It just does. It's that sweet and sour, because actually, I think it's the juice that really has the depth of flavour. You wouldn't do apple juice. It just wouldn't, it wouldn't work. And it needs that sugar element to give it that sweetness to it.
And then the salad's really easy, yeah? You just chop it up and then toss it with, some mirin?
Some mirin, rice wine vinegar, a little bit of sugar, garlic in there. I've added coriander and I've put a bit of jalapeno pepper in there as well, and lime juice, because I like the lime, the little citrus there to sort of do
I
it.
love like a slaw salad.
Yeah, you do.
This is real nice as well. When you put in some of the carrots and stuff in the bao bun, you get a bit of
Get it in
crisp
there.
out of it.
Oh, yes, we love. If you want to try this or any of the recipes we do, waitrose.com/dish recipes. Is this a midweeker? Not really, is it? It's a bit of a faff.
If you did the rub the night before and you've got a busy morning or something, you can put it in before you go.
Yeah.
Set your timer and go off to work.
What, have the oven on in your house?
Of course you can. You can do
No
a timer.
way. You're living life on the edge, you are.
Yeah, when you put a timer on, it will turn the oven off and stuff. You
I
know.
don't know how to do that.
Okay.
We were cooking over. We were done. Was mostly cooking, cooking for everybody for Christmas. We were hosting, right? So I got a supplemental little air fryer thing, and I've decided this is a good way maybe to teach the kids how to start cooking. And I was going to ask you what you think would be a good meal for a 10-year-old to use an air fryer on their own.
I've never used an air fryer, if I'm honest, but it's like an oven, isn't it?
Very much like an oven.
But it's not. No, but it's not.
In
a
terms
fryer.
of no, that's
There's
right.
no oil. There's nothing like that.
There's not,
yeah.
and it only works on a timer.
Right,
So it
okay.
feels safe, safer than a thing. It's more like a toaster, really.
Yeah,
Than a, we've got an Aga, so it's like the exact opposite of
The
that.
exact opposite.
See, I like an Aga. Yeah, what would you? I don't know, actually. You could teach them how to cook a piece of chicken on something like that, I imagine.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you do like cooking at school?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first things you got taught to make? Because mine was a fruit salad. I was like, guys, come on. in our lesson, and they were like, right, put the fruit, chop it, put it in a bowl. We were like, are you joking?
Yeah. I think ours was, we
Fruit salad.
did quiche, I think. We did cakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did things like that. Could you make cakes
We were
in
quite
an air fryer?
trad.
No,
We
you
were
couldn't.
we had woodwork,
Oh, yeah, you were busy.
metalwork,
Yeah.
and mechanical
No
drawing.
fruit salad work.
There
No
was
fruit salad.
there was no art.
No one played a violin
We don't
or a
need that.
We
recorder.
didn't have a music class.
No, we don't need that. I got an A in food tech GCSE.
you?
Oh.
Yeah,
you.
that's right. Yeah, I mean, I did know the teacher personally.
Okay.
She lived
She
on.
was your aunt?
She lived on my Auntie Carmel Street.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Auntie Carmen.
yeah.
But your kids love food. I was asking you earlier. So they like spice or a bit,
So the younger will kind of eat loads of beige things.
Yeah, okay.
And the elder has, for the last year, has been veggie
Okay.
until last week.
Oh,
He decided
changed? What
happened?
it wasn't so much that something changed. He decided he was ages ago that he was going to do it until he was 10.
Oh.
And then it was his birthday last week. So he went back to eat meat.
love the fact it's-
What age did he start?
9.
So he did
I
a
love
year.
that.
Brilliant.
He did a year.
I love
Towards
that.
I don't know why it happened. I feel like I was away on a job and I came back 2 weeks later and she was veg. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You're going to,
Yeah.
oh, good,
Yeah.
good for you. I thought it would last a few weeks.
And did the other children then follow him a bit?
No.
No, okay.
No.
They were
They were
like,
like, oh, there's extra pepperoni.
There is a wine pairing with
Yep.
this, Ange. What is the perfect wine to have with this
So
sticky
it's
pulled pork?
an organic Pinot Noir, Calmel Joseph. It's got an abundance of fresh summer fruits and finished with spicy, peppery and floral notes. Would you like to try some, Chris?
Sure thing.
Go on,
Just
sure
try it out.
thing.
Thank you very much.
Would you like another bun?
No, I am
Sure.
so full. That was so delicious. And I love this little, like, it keeps hitting me on the top of my
Yeah,
palate
little
there.
hit.
It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Yeah. You
Thank
feel like
you.
you're having cake when you have a bao bun sometimes.
Yes.
So succulently moist.
It is. Always.
Chris actually doing the PR for bad ones. So succulently
Yeah.
moist. Let's talk about your wonderful new show, please.
Yes.
It's called Small Town, Big Story.
Yes.
It's available from this week, right?
Comes out in a couple of days
Yeah.
on Sky and Now TV.
Okay, wonderful.
It's great crack.
Yeah.
It is great. I've
is.
watched the first episode.
Oh, you did?
I got
Oh, good.
sent,
Thank
like,
you.
a little sneaky link. I
you.
loved it because it's mad. In the
Yeah.
best way possible.
Yes.
I hate when I sit and watch a TV show and I'm like, oh, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Or you're like, I've heard that line. Or people say things and talk in a way. It's like, no one actually talks
It's not
like
slow.
that.
You're
right
literally
in
running
there.
into it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like, hold
good.
on a minute. Do I need to rewind? What is going on here? You just, because it's fast, I think.
And like weird humour, which I really appreciated.
It's very off-piste in a lot of the ways that it looks at the world, I suppose. And then it's set, just so people who don't
Yes.
know it, it's kind of set in the northwest of Ireland.
Yeah.
Modern day, in a tiny little community called Drumbawn on the border of the Republic and the North. And our kind of lead character from the town, played by the wonderful Paddy Constantine, is the local doctor. And he's kind of getting on with his life. Himself and the wife are going through maybe some difficult times.
Yeah.
And she's a teacher at the local school. And then this big TV show, kind of like a Game of Thrones type show, but about Celts, comes to this town to film. And the lead producer on it was born in this town and left when her parents got divorced and grew up in America. But she's coming back now and she's really annoyed about some stuff that happened and some truths that were broken and some hearts that were destroyed. And all of these things. And she comes back and she says to this local stalwart, are you going to tell everybody what happened? And then we kind of slowly revealed that they had this huge experience when they were young. And it's funny, I think. It's loads of great performances in it. Christina Hendricks is in it. She's terrific, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's
she is.
fantastic.
And so that's so that's the show. There's 6 hours of it.
Oh, wow. So I'm 1 hour in.
Yes.
I'm on a sort of a sense of something's about to
Same
kick
here.
off.
We've done the first episode.
Is where
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm
so
in.
there's a bit of a reveal.
Yes.
In the next one, we'll find out a lot more. Yeah.
You star in this. You wrote this. You directed it. You produced it.
Well, I don't really star in
A
it.
little bit.
I come into it a bit later on, but really it's Christina and Paddy's show.
Yes.
And I direct the first 2 episodes.
Right.
I wrote on all of it. But I had an idea for it. We were in lockdown. I think I just bounced off of the walls until it kind of popped out. And here we are now a couple of years later. But it's a fun story. It's definitely born out of a lockdown sensation of like, what might happen?
Yeah.
That's not in this room.
Yeah.
It really got me. I thought it was
good.
great. It was
Oh,
really
yeah.
funny
Thanks,
as well. And then talk to me about doing the multiple jobs. Is it easier to be across every element of it?
We've gotten everything done so much quicker this way. Like, I'm not asking, like, trying to interpret the writer's thing when I'm directing, and I'm not
You know the mood.
trying to appease the executive when I'm an executive. So
Yeah.
there is an element of you need, like, the people. Sky have been cool about being quite trusting, and I did another show for them before, and it went well, which has made things easier.
Yeah.
But I find it hard sometimes. to maintain all of the things and for them to be a good dad and husband and all those kind of things. At the same time, it's tricky enough.
Yeah.
You can be
But you
overload
must have
yourself.
someone next to you that you can sort of say, like, remind me of this, I need to change that sort of.
No,
you know.
I have 100 people next to
No,
me.
right,
I have
okay,
100
yeah.
amazing people who are much better at their job specifically than
Yeah.
I could ever be.
Sure.
And I give a lot of faith to them. So when I
Right,
take
yeah.
on, like the DOP the director of photography I worked with before is on this job. It's a lot of people I've worked with before.
Yeah, so you
And
trust in, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see Small Town Big Story on Now and Sky. Now and Sky, did we say that?
Sky and Now TV.
Sky.
Sky and Now. It's available now on Now.
It's now. Just keep this in.
Yeah.
You can see Small Town Big Story on Now and Sky.
You
Sky.
see?
And if you want, you can put it on Sky and Now.
Or wait for the DVD.
Yeah! We're going to do the fast food quiz with you, Chris O'Dowd. We would like to know your favourite sandwich filling.
Muffaletta.
Who?
That's floored me.
What did you say?
A muffaletta.
What's that?
Muffaletta.
Oh my God, a muffaletta sandwich. But it's like 3 different types of cheeses, a bunch of different kind of meats, but most predominantly is this olive tapenade on this kind of long brioche. Oh my God, I've been chasing that high the rest of my life.
Where did you get this?
New Orleans. It was actually, I think it's,
sandwiches.
oh, muffaletta sandwich.
Okay, Ruffaletta. Oh, we have to look. Mufa. We have to look that up.
I'm going to Google that.
Mufa, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, favourite way to eat eggs?
In bed.
In bed.
Favourite herb?
Ooh. Thyme?
Lime?
Thyme?
Time.
Time.
Okay.
This is going well.
Yeah, I know. What's your favourite pasta?
I like a rigatoni.
Okay,
Yes.
nice.
I like chicken alla vodka.
Oh, yeah.
I like a fusilli.
Yeah. All pasta. All pasta. And do you have a favourite Sunday roast?
Yeah.
Probably pork.
Yes.
Okay, all right, nice. And finally, your favourite fruit?
God, I love loads of fruits. I'm going to go with banana.
Banana.
Yeah, I know it's boring, but I eat so many of them.
It's a
good.
staple. It's a
Yeah.
staple. We love it.
Thank you, Chris O'Dowd.
Such a pleasure.
You passed. I want to talk to you about Bridesmaids
Oh, yeah.
because
I'm in that.
you're in it. Because there's quite a lot of it improv. It feels like that for sure. Like it doesn't feel overly.
I mean, honestly, I think, to be fair, the script is great.
Yeah, it's
So,
good script.
and so whatever little bits of improv we did, and we definitely did little bits in here and there, but it's more about She's so funny, Kristen. Like, just in a genuinely, that's in her bones.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Melissa, oh
Yeah,
my
Melissa's
God.
Even before
amazing,
Kristen says anything, it's funny.
She's
like,
It's her intention.
yeah.
There's something in her. It's amazing. And then you've got Paul Feig, who's you've had on it.
yeah, he came on it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you know how warm, and gorgeous, and just welcoming Paul would make you feel when you're like. And he was really kind because when we did the audition, I was like, well, no f***er knows who I am.
Yeah.
But he's such an Anglophile that he watched all the British shows, and he was like, I'm just such a big fan of the IT crowd, and I'm like, what?
That's
good. I'm like, that's great. Chris O'Dowd, we come to the end of the show. Question.
Oh, it's been great.
I know.
Fabulous.
We're going to do a game. We spent quite a big budget.
Before we came on, I want to tell you how much confidence I have in this game. One of your producers is like, we're going to play this game, which may or may not get cut.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Thomas.
And I'm like, that speaks.
Wow, may get cut.
It may be that he was being
He's honest.
self-deprecating.
He's being
I don't know.
Very
Okay, well, let's
honest,
play a game that may or may
May
not
not.
get cut. Chris, for your chance to win the Waitrose goodie bag filled with an entire smorgasbord of wonderful Waitrose products, all you've got to do is take part in this brilliantly designed game. It's top of the sport.
Oh, buddy.
We're going to make you decide the ultimate way to have a potato in a sort of Euro World Cup style.
Yes.
Potatoes will take on other potatoes and one will be crowned the winner.
Look, I love a potato, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all do.
You know, I feel like I've been racially profiled,
I did raise that.
but I also love potatoes,
Love it.
so
Yeah.
it's tricky,
Yeah.
isn't
Saying
it?
anything.
Yeah, it's tricky. What's a fondant potato?
One cooked in butter.
Oh.
Lots of butter.
Okay.
And they take all of the nutrition out of it right first. So they cut the hell out of it, and
Yeah.
then they'll kind of cut it up
It's
like
a lovely
that.
little round.
It is very
thing.
tasty. They'll also serve it probably with a fillet.
A fillet of potato. So
Good
would you go
choice.
chips or fondant fillet potato?
I'd go chips.
You'd go
Yeah.
chips. I think
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, it's two icons, the jacket versus the rusty.
Oh,
I mean, for me, I'm a big fan of jacket.
yeah.
Big fan of jacket. I'd have a jacket a couple of times a week, I'd say.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a calf
that's
down
good.
the road. Lovely. Yeah.
Love a jacket. What do you have in your jacket potato?
It depends how I'm feeling, but the two things that I would usually go for would be the tuna mayonnaise or the
Okay.
beans and cheese.
I have beans
Sometimes
and
I'll
cheese.
knock in a chili con carne.
Yeah, that's always
yeah.
a good one. The next one, dauphinoise or boiled. Not a
boiled.
choice. Well, sometimes boiled
Or
work.
just plain boiled?
Boiled works sometimes, yeah.
Now, for me, I would go boiled.
Yeah, there you
Yeah, new potatoes boiled with a
Yeah.
sprig of butter on them.
Oh, yeah.
Dauphinoise, it's too
Parsley
indulgent.
sauce.
Yeah,
boiled.
boiled.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
Roast, not even close. God, these are good-looking choices. I like them all.
So now you got chips and jackets. Who's in the final?
I mean, looking at the other side of the board, at the other semi, really, and
Yeah.
you're thinking, okay, who do I think I could take in the final? It
Yes.
feels like whoever it's going to be, I mean, roast is definitely going to be waiting in the final. So
Yes,
it's like,
yeah.
who do we want against roast?
Roast.
Yeah. I think you
I'd
might
be
go.
I can't
leaning
say
to
no to
jacket.
chips.
Yeah,
I
I
can't say,
think jacket.
I love the jacket, but I don't know if I don't even know if I would say that chips are potatoes.
Okay.
There must be 60% oil, really.
Yeah, that's true. Is it your chips or your jacket?
Chips for the table.
Chips for the table.
That's my
Okay.
order.
Chips.
Yeah.
No, chips
Okay.
for the table. Whatever we have,
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Get
and
some-
let's get some chips
get
for the
some
Yeah,
table.
yeah, yeah.
For the
That's
table.
true,
Yeah, I get some
actually.
chips,
We all
yeah.
do that. We all do that.
It'd be weird if you ordered a jacket for the table.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Communal jacket. It doesn't work. Ange, let's get the chef angle on this. Would you
Yeah.
go chips or would you go roast?
Oh, roast, without doubt.
Oh, wow.
Roast,
Straight in there.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah.
Just a better, it's more potato for a start.
More
That's
potato.
right.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And
You've
you know
got the
what? There's
benefit
more
of-
flavour, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I'd go
You've got the
roast as
crispiness
well.
you get with a chip, but then you've got the potato.
So roast, we're saying is the winner?
Yeah.
Congratulations
Yay!
to
Well
that
done.
potato. Yeah,
yeah. And you win the
Congratulations
goodie
to
bag.
that potato.
That's for you.
that's official now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All
Right.
other potatoes will never be served.
Yeah. Again, ever.
Anywhere.
Certainly not on this podcast.
Chris, thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us.
Such a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thanks for having me.
That was so fun. A round of applause for Chris O'Dowd, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Cheers.